The next expansion pack for The Sims 4 is going to be called Life and Death, and today is trailer day. So as per usual, we're gonna watch and react to this initial trailer together, and then they usually share a blog post with a pretty broad feature overview, so we'll go through all of that together as well. This is gonna be an interesting one, because I feel like as of right now, we don't really know anything about this pack. We can make some kind of educated guesses because there seems to be a lot of Grim Reaper stuff going on in the promo, and they mailed me these really cool Sims tarot cards. So we've got a couple ideas of what might be coming, but also I feel like going into expansion pack trailers, we usually have a better idea of what the broader theme really is. With things like Horse Ranch, obviously the major gameplay was pretty clear because the whole pack revolved around horses. And so the trailer had some kind of fun surprises about how horses worked and like some side gameplay with the nectar making. But I think right now we know about the side gameplay, but we don't really know about like the major themes as well. Because life and death as a concept is really broad and it could really be anything. All of my theories and guesses revolve exclusively around death, so I don't really know what the life part could entail. I've been thinking about things like a Grim Reaper career, maybe like improvements to ghosts, some sort of afterlife concept. I really don't know. I really don't know what to expect. I've got the premiere open and ready. It starts in a couple of minutes. There are already a couple of new things that we can pull out of just this image alone. We've got a really cool new Raven wallpaper. There's some pretty candle wall sconces and this amazing window behind the sim. And then in the description box, it just says ... boo with 3 ghost emojis. So I don't really know what to make of that. There's not really a lot of info there. Also, not to make this about me, but can I just say I am so glad that I am not at TwitchCon right now, because twice in the last 2 years, the expansion pack trailers have come out when I've been at a convention. It happened during VidCon last year and then during TwitchCon this year. So I filmed my Love Struck reaction video from my hotel room in Amsterdam, and this time I'm home. So I am really glad to be here in my office right now. Look at this. SimGuru Ninja, who works on The Sims, is mocking me on Twitter. He said, "Is lilsimsie traveling today?" That's rude. You wish I was traveling today, Ninja. Anyway, the trailer should come out any second. It currently says premiere will begin shortly, so I expect any second now there's gonna be a pop-up with like, oh, yep, I was right. Oh my god, it's the Grim Reaper! Hey Grim Bestie, how are you? He's just on his computer. Look at this window. Okay, behind my face cam, there's a bird on like a little stand right here. It flew away. That's so cool. I also love this floor. Is that new? I think that must be. Hello? Sim just walked in front. And look at this really fancy chair with like the fancy woodwork right here. It's kind of dark, but there's also some really nice paneling on the walls. So what I think we'll do is we'll watch the full trailer through all at once, and then we'll go back and watch it muted and slowly and like pause on every frame to point out new stuff. Hello. It looped again. The person came back. That's weird. I don't like it. It scares me. Oh, I always get so anxious before the trailers drop. Watching the countdown like scares me. Genuinely scares me. Okay. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. It's time. Here we go. T for teen. Interesting. So here's kind of a look at the new world. I like that square. Oh, okay, interesting costume. Oh, they're playing a new game too. Oh no, they're using the tarot cards. Duh. Okay, we've got new tarot cards. We're talking about death. There's ghosties. Those are the paranormal ghosties. Oh! Is that a new elder death? Just dying in bed? What? Oh, wow. Oh my. Funeral? Oh, I've wanted that for so long. Oh, that's like a, this is gonna sound bad, but that's like a dream come true. Wow. I hope it works better than Wedding Stories works. Sorry, I should be excited right now. She's reading the will. I love that. Look at all these photos. Was that a ghost cow plant? Bucket list. Find the well of longing and regret. Oh. Spend a day outside. Have an otherworldly adventure? Was she making out with a ghost? Look at the water. Scare the living. Reconnect with family. Oh, I hadn't really considered a bucket list feature. Oh. Fancy. Oh! She raped someone! You can be the... Oh! The Grim Reaper revealed his face to us, and she was acting as the Grim Reaper. Graveyards! There's graveyards and you can build them custom! Yes! I have wanted this for so long. Oh, it's so sweet to be able to honor Sims better this way. Why do I feel like I might start crying? That's so cool. Oh. Embrace what's next.
Strange. Thought he'd stay and master his ghostly powers. He did complete his unfinished
What?
business, though. Oh well, back to work.
To be continued.
Next?
What? What? Okay. So the pack comes out on Halloween. We knew that already. Let me turn this down a little bit. They don't usually announce the gameplay trailer in the reveal trailer, so that's really interesting. I'm gonna close this and refresh. It looks like people are really excited about it. Sometimes when you come back and you watch the chat, it's like, oh, yikes, the reaction's bad, the reaction's bad. But it seems like people are kind of liking it. Okay, I wanna go back to that ending for a second because they had Grim Reaper talking and then it said to be continued gameplay trailer on October 17th. When they do the second gameplay trailers, they usually have a voiceover and like a person talking and explaining some more of the features. So that's why I think they had that Grim actor talking to us just to tease that a little bit. I'll listen to it again in a minute, but I want to also look really quickly at the early purchase content because I didn't really get a chance to read this. I don't love when they do this. Like, I'm never so thrilled about the early bonus content. I hate that it leaves people out that can't afford to buy the pack straight away, and then you just miss out forever if you don't get it straight away, but I don't need to complain about the existence of it. I want to talk about the actual items. So there's a lasting legacy family portrait. And it looks like this is gonna work sort of similar to that Sims mobile reward thing they did once. And basically it's a picture frame that's gonna have like the gallery photo of your Sims in it. So you can get a portrait of like all your Sims, I assume, which is kind of cool. And it's got that really pretty ornate frame. There's a Mournful Melodies music box. So it's a music box with the Grim Reaper inside. I hate to admit it, but that is kind of cool. And there's a plumed elegance mask. So here's a better look at the mask. We don't have a lot of stuff like that either, so that's cool. My initial reaction is that this seems to have a lot of things that I've talked about wanting for a long time. I really wanted graveyards for a long time, and I love the idea of funerals. And that's interesting because it's got that sort of like normal everyday type of gameplay. Sorry to describe funerals as everyday gameplay, but I'll show you one of my houses in a second and you'll see what I mean. But it also has some kind of more wacky, interesting gameplay, like the Grim Reaper career where she was playing as the Grim Reaper. That bucket list thing is interesting. I wonder if this part is like an estate sale. Do you see how there's a bunch of boxes and like lamps happening? Do you think that's what this is? I'm repeatedly refreshing, just waiting for the blog post to come out. Why they don't post it immediately, I will never understand. But in the meantime, let's watch the trailer back. We'll watch it slower and we'll just pause on things. First things first, we've got some new casts straight away. I love this shirt and I'm obsessed with the blue-haired Sim. I love the blue. This is kind of a cool hairstyle too on the kid, some new dresses and things. So we're gonna have some kind of fun fancy clothing. It kind of reminds me of the themes and styles from the paranormal stuff pack. Here's a better overview of what's happening in this town square. Do you see what I mean by estate sale? We'll see if that's the case based on the blog post, but it looks like they're selling something over there. There's also like a little table. Does that have like pizza boxes on it? I can't tell, it's too far away. Oh, no, I think so, because he's eating pizza. We got this guy with the raven. I wonder if that could kill you. I'm just throwing it out there. I would love to have multiple new deaths in this pack. Also, his new mustache is kind of good. Whoa, look at her hairstyle. I wasn't even thinking about the hair. I was thinking about the tarot cards. I didn't even notice the hair. That's pretty. I wonder how the gameplay of that's gonna work. Like, I wonder if there's like actual effects to them. She's got a new ring and a new watch on. This is unhinged. The fact that there's a new death. So I'll give you some context for this. A couple months ago, like months ago, I was streaming The Sims and SimGuru Ninja, the guy who was trolling me on Twitter earlier, he came into my chat and he was trolling me again in my Twitch chat. And he made some weird comment like, don't worry, elders will die better soon. And we were all like, whoa, what? Like, what are you talking about? I just spelt my own name wrong, trying to go to my Twitch channel. This was on July 19th. that he said this, okay? I'm pretty sure in this stream, I was playing Love Struck Early Access and I was having elders woohoo. So that's the context, was like, haha, what if they die, okay? And then he goes, but don't worry, elders will die better soon. Meant elders will love better soon, smiley face heart emoji. So he's taunting us, okay? He knew what he was doing when he said that in my chat, caused a scene. Everybody was like, what? What are you saying? Well, this is what he was saying. Something with the elder dying in the bed, like what? So I'm curious to see what that means. I'm kind of obsessed with it though. Anytime there's a new death, I'm into it. I love the Raven logo. That's so cool. I wanna go back for a second and look more because we've got this really fancy new bed. There's some fancy paneling wallpaper. I'm seeing a new fireplace behind the sim, new windows, and then it zooms out and we can see a little bit more of the world from here. I think I'm going to enjoy this build style with this like kind of fancy gothic energy to it. I think I'm gonna like this stuff. I can see myself using it a lot. I bet the townies are gonna be so fun. No, look at this. This is a build actually in game. You can see some new columns, new windows. There's even a new roof trim. Wait, look at that. What is that? I didn't notice that before. There's like holes in the roof. Do you think that that's like a roof decor piece? Kind of like the chimneys are, but it's flat and it attaches to the roof. So I guess maybe it would work like the solar panels so it slants to the roof correctly, but it puts holes in the roof? Oh my God, rags to riches, like fixer-upper style builds, haunted houses. That's gonna be so cool. Oh, wow. Okay, here's a cool little section of the town as well with a fountain. Is that a coffin sale? I didn't see that before. It looks like they're selling coffins. There's like a bunch on display. I'm also seeing these fairy lights. I wonder if that's in debug, because that's nice. I would like to have those. There's a really cool statue. I'm sure that there's some lore with that. Go back. It's carved into the face of a mountain, sort of. This room, I'm not 100% certain what's going on in here. It looks like a funeral setup, sort of, because we've got the casket here. There's a podium, but also we can see a lot of the new build items. I've got a new staircase with kind of a fun stone pattern, new flooring. This is a pretty cool like octagonal rug. There's some new chairs. I really like this skinny table. It's got this like really skinny twisted pedestal to it. I love the idea of the photos of your sim that has passed away. I'm hoping that when they do like any sort of funeral or like after death practice, I'm hoping that it's gonna be really customizable. I'm thinking about wedding stories and seasons, holidays, and honestly like the date system as well, where you can kind of pick traditions that you want your sims to partake in, and then you can kind of customize how they celebrate someone's life in that way. I think because all those systems already exist, I sort of assume that's how they would do it, but so many different cultures have so many different practices for that, and I think it would be a really cool opportunity to incorporate more of them. I'll have to watch more of the trailer back to see more, but like you can kind of tell here, it's just so different for everybody. Before I let it run, I want to look more at the different decor because we've got some new tables, there's new chairs, even these new torches and like the wreaths they've got hung up. There's some really cool new artwork with this like fancy magical gate. I noticed that the gate in the trailer looked a lot like the Realm of Magic gate, like kind of the same thing, but different skin. So we'll watch that back too. But look at these with like the tarot card prints they've got on the walls. There's a beautiful new door. We can kind of see the fireplace a bit better. I also love all the candles and things they've got added. This is like a slightly less gothic version of the furniture. So there's probably a couple different build styles and you can see the second furniture set here. I really like this. This is really pretty. And I feel like this will fit into a lot of different houses. Also, this rug, amazing. There's at least 3 rugs. There's another one right here. And back here, there's like a chest. It looks like maybe that opens because they've got a couple things like that in the game that open. This one looks a bit more like a church setting almost for the funeral. We can see a lot more sims. We can see some more clothing. I could sit here and stare at this all day. Like, I'm not kidding. Okay, so in that short clip, that sim was lighting a candle. We're comforting someone. Wait, that was kind of awkward. The guy was like slowly patting her shoulder. Look, see, he's like trying to comfort her. This guy too is trying to comfort her. Oh, the kids are paying their respects. He's doing a toast. This is really sweet. Okay, this part too, the reading of the will, chaos. I can't even picture how that's gonna work. I love the idea of that. People getting mad, the kids just like vibing in the rocking chairs in the background. Okay, this shelf looks new. We've also got a new little ghosty on there. I wonder if that's a collectible or if that's just attached to the shelf, because that's kind of cool. In these pictures, they're teasing some things like this creepy tree. We've got that ghost cow plant that I got so excited about. That better not be movie magic. That better be true, because I want that. I'm very interested in that. Oh, and the people were fighting. Do you think they actually start fighting over the will? Because I hope so. That sounds fun. And it looks like there's a new wishing well that's probably very similar to the Romantic Garden stuff one, but brought into this pack. I wonder if it works the same or if there's new features for it, because I like the idea of that a lot too. This is us going out to the wishing well, and it seems like there's gonna be a whole bucket list feature. So I didn't read this part before, but there's a soul's journey. And then I assume that as you complete these things, like you become a ghost, maybe you become resurrected, is perhaps what this part means. Yeah, look, she just made a wish and then it ticked off something on the list, and a creepy kid has spawned in. It seems like they're having some sort of party out here, like a bonfire party. Oh, that ghost had really pretty hair. Look at that. You can't see it that well because it's ghosty, but it looks nice. Oh, and that picture. Look at that. That's a second new bed. So there's at least 2 new beds as well. This, wacky. Like so pretty though, the way that the water looks. So she went into that water and became a ghost. Look at the bonefish in the water. There's maybe a new feature to scare living Sim. Look at that house. And there's those pretty fairy lights again that I hope are real. I think we're at some sort of fancy lounge or something in this section. Doesn't it seem like it? And now in this part, she's acting as the Grim Reaper. She's working as the Grim Reaper. And here's that magical gate that I was talking about. So she goes in there or uses it somehow, and then she can reap souls. This, hilarious. Grim like revealing his face, but we can't see it. And I love that quitting her job is a part of her bucket list. She doesn't want to do it anymore. She wants to relax. And then it almost looks like these are some family memory, like reminiscing things, right? Her reminiscing as a kid. And then she's walking through a bunch of different graveyards. I want to watch this again. May that guy rest in peace. But it looks like maybe these are graveyards that you can build. So there's mausoleums plus a ton of new headstones. We can see a few different variants. This is like a totally different vibe. I want to build graveyards so bad. I want a graveyard lot type so bad. I love this one. Is he digging? Was that what he was doing? Oh my God. Oh no, sorry. I think he was just taking care of it. I wasn't sure. So she came here and she was able to like release his spirit, which is really sweet. I love this. This is when I was like almost tearing up watching that part back. I don't know what this baby thing, is that about reincarnation? Is that what that means? Where like the spirit was released and then a baby came back down? Because I don't know what to make of that. Oh, hey, Grim. Let me listen to him talk real quick.
Thought he'd stay and master his ghostly powers. He did complete his unfinished business though. Oh well, back to work.
Strange. I thought he'd stay and master his ghostly powers? Interesting. So there's even more new ghosty stuff that we'll learn about more in the next trailer. I wonder if they've posted the blog post by now. Peel back the veil to uncover the secret to fuller sim lives and beyond in the Sims 4 Life and Death expansion pack. Achieve your dreams in life by ticking items off your bucket list or pursue them as a ghost with unfinished business. There's a ghastly new world to haunt, a career that'll bring you closer to Grim, wills to write, crypts to explore, and even ghostly skills to master. There are no real endings, only transitions as you move between life, afterlife, and even rebirth. What? Oh man. Is it still not up? Oh, it's up. Here's the blog post. Journey into the great unknown with the Sims 4 Life and Death expansion pack. Explore the beyond and reap the benefits of a life well lived. Look at these ghosts messing with people. Are you turning someone upside down? What? This is cute too, with them like meeting again and embracing. I think that one is scaring somebody. I will link this down below in case you want to read the full thing, by the way, for yourselves. Every ending means a new beginning, which begs the question, what awaits Sims in the beyond? Venture into the haunting realm of Ravenwood, where 3 distinct neighborhoods await exploration, each with its own connection to the shadowy passage between life and what's next. Your Sims will have the chance to craft a bucket list, resolve lingering unfinished business in the afterlife, wield new ghostly powers to unleash mayhem, kindness, or something in between, and even undergo a rebirth. I can't picture how this is gonna work. I'm fascinated. This is so interesting. Okay, allow us to welcome you to Ravenwood, where the veil between life and death is especially thin. Here you'll find 3 unique neighborhoods where Sims walk shoulder to shoulder with ghost Sims who have unfinished business. So there's gonna be a lot of ghosts here. Begin your Sims journey in Crow's Crossing, an eerie village rumored to be frequented by ghosts and regular hauntings. Venture down cobbled roads where you might discover local grave markers, meet the mysterious merchant peddling an assortment of curios and collectibles, or happen upon the try before you die casket sale. Okay, so I don't think it's an estate sale. I think it's just that mysterious merchant, but they also have a casket sale. So I wasn't imagining that. Sims seeking solace can visit the town cemetery, dappled with headstones and graves, to pay respects to the Sims who once walked these roads and may still be doing so. Or you could disappear into a crypt to share a special moment with a lover or tell ghost stories. You can woohoo in the crypt? Oh, I'm so glad. I hope that's true. Is that offensive? Probably. I don't know if that's appropriate, but I do like a new woohoo spot in The Sims. With the Ravenwood Family Day or Crow's Crossing celebration of life festivals, haunted houses, and a ghostly guarded wishing well, there's plenty to explore. Okay, so there's at least a couple of different holiday festival type things, and there's haunted houses. I wonder how that works with paranormal stuff. Like, is it the same kind of haunted house or is it new? Because they did sort of a similar thing with seasons where they pulled just a part of the pack to only one section of Mount Komorebi. So it snows in Mount Komorebi even if you don't have seasons. So I wonder if that means there will be an actual haunted house even if you don't have paranormal, because I don't really mind that. Like, I think that's fine. It's expanded gameplay if you have paranormal anyway, and you can use it in like any world, versus maybe this is only in the one section, but I could be reading into that too much. For a slower pace, Sims can stroll the rolling hills and idyllic countryside of Whispering Glen, the second neighborhood. It's steeped in ruins and rumors, and it's a paradise for collectors and historians alike. You can explore the local crypt, investigate the Tarot Tome Shrine at the base of the ruins, garden in the shared community plots, or gather collectibles. This is screaming rags to riches. Stanley's gonna thrive. Whatever you do, stay until the moon rises. Each night, Whispering Glen hosts the local Moon Revelry Festival, where Sims can swim under the moonlight, share stories at a bonfire, and dance. Things get a little weird during the full moon, where clothing is entirely optional. This is such a wacky pack. I'm so excited about this. I have like the biggest smile on my face. I feel like I might tear up. This, I know it sounds dramatic, but like I have had the hardest week and this is like making me so excited and so happy. I needed this today. I really needed this today. There's something otherworldly about Morningvale, the third world. Okay, maybe it's the way the wind howls through the moss-draped trees, the eerie clang from the bell tower at odd hours, or the sentient plants. Does that mean there's cow plants? Cow plants. No matter the reason, many ghosts choose to call this place home. The Grim Reaper has even been known to wander through now and then, so you'll just see Grim out and about. That makes me so happy. I love that guy. Here, Sims can take a dip in the baleful bog to have an out-of-body experience or transition into rebirth, so that bog has more than one purpose. Partake in local customs at the Thinned Festivale, or make peace with their mortality at the Afterlife Anonymous meetup. So there's a bunch of different like local events and like festival type things going on, it sounds like, in all of the different worlds. Whatever happens, a trip to this neighborhood is sure to send a shiver down the spine. Here's a couple more screenshots of maybe some of that bucket list stuff, like have another baby, help the living. Okay, Sims only live once, right? There is a lot to do in a Sims lifetime and so little time. Keep track of everything Sims want to do to live life to the fullest with Soul's Journey, an all-encompassing reward system uniting aspirations and wants. Oh, interesting. So they're trying to pull through some of the base game stuff, like aspirations and wants, and make it more intentional and useful. I'll be honest, I don't bother with wants. I don't do the wants. I don't help them with that. So having more of a reason to use that is probably a good thing. That's like those little pop-up thought bubbles above their heads. I never listen to them. I just don't bother with it. So I'm curious about how that's gonna affect things. A Sim's Soul's Journey allows them to achieve rewards as they fulfill goals, with the ultimate reward being the ability to rebirth a Sim with the special burning soul trait after their passing. Sims who are reborn after completing their Soul's Journey can unlock past childhood development skills, traits, and infant milestones depending on the age they come back as. They might also find special ties to Sims from their past life. I honestly don't know what to make of that. Like, I can't even imagine how that's gonna work. How's that gonna affect legacy challenges? Like, that's so interesting. It's making me think, so in my Not So Berry challenge, I've been playing it on Twitch and I'm on the 20th generation, I'm not exaggerating. I mentioned earlier that I would elaborate later on why funerals are like an everyday thing for me. This will be why. This is the reason. I'm actually not kidding. I have 371 graves in this front yard. I've been collecting them for a very long time. I'm really proud of this. It's been really fun. It's been literal years in real life that I've been trying to amass all of these graves. So I told you that I had 20 generations. I was not kidding about that either. I've been playing with this family for a really long time. And this is the Gen 1 Sim Piper. And this whole time I've been saying that when I get to Gen 20, because I'm gonna stop playing after this, I was gonna bring her back to life as kind of like a funny full circle moment and just feed her ambrosia. But now I'm thinking, like, how funny would it be to rebirth her with this new feature instead? That's like like way cooler. So I think I might do that. Anyway, back to this. So players can ensure Sims achieve fulfillment by creating and completing their bucket lists. There are multiple ways for any young adult or older Sim to create a bucket list. If left alone, a Sim's bucket list will naturally populate over time based on their traits. Oh, that's cool. So you don't actually have to do anything if you don't want to like customize it. But there are also new interactions on the computer and journal, which allow Sims to write a random goal themselves, write a goal from a category like travel or family, or write a specific goal. So you've got a lot of ways to write this bucket list, I guess. And completing it has powerful rewards, including the ability to experience rebirth. And as a ghost, Sims can continue their soul's journey to complete any unfinished business, which if completed will result in an even more powerful form or rebirth with the burning soul trait. Oh my god, there's like so many details happening with all of this. New traits, new options. It's like overwhelming and a little bit hard to follow at times almost without seeing it for yourself. For some Sims, leaving life behind is hard to do. Players can let their Sims linger on as playable household members where they can wreak havoc on the living or lend a helping hand. Ghost Sims who build special connections with each other can also pair up for a special spectral woohoo inside objects of all shapes and sizes, so two ghosts can woohoo in random places. I'm so happy. That's so cool. As Sims adjust to their playable ghost Sims form, they can customize their looks and casts, build ghost powers, and even earn fear or goodwill essences from their interactions with the living to make simoleons. Yes, there is still room to grow in the afterlife, so I can make money as a ghost too. We can kill Stanley and do rags to riches. I'm so excited about this. This is so random. Like, I just wasn't expecting any of it. Okay. Grimm's the boss. Sims looking for a new line of work can now dabble in death with two new careers, the Reaper profession and the Undertaker career. Sims with an affinity for the afterlife can become Grimm turns and work their way up to Reaper as they make a career out of facilitating the next phase of life for Sims. You work with Grimm at the Netherworld Department of Death and even head off into the field. Sims in this profession can experience Reaper training with the all-around good guy training dummy Kenny, maintain Grimm turn Sims scythes, practice reaping souls on practice dummies, and determine causes of death for reaped souls. At higher levels, Sims can even determine which souls they'll reap and which they'll return to life. Once retrieved, souls can be placed in the Netherworld portal to meet the soul quota. Grimturns who meet the soul quota are eligible to become Employee of the Month. This is so goofy. I'm so excited. I'm gonna have so much fun with that. I know I'll sit here and say like, oh, I don't love occult sim type stuff and I won't use vampires, but this, I like sim death. I will play with Sim Death. The Undertaker career is a classic career in which Sims will serve both the living and the dead. From grave digging to embalming, Sims who pursue a career in the funeral industry will ensure all Sims can move on in peace. Specializing in this before afterlife care prepares Sims for difficult moments like discussing end-of-life services or contemplating existence. 6 feet in, they'll be rewarded with a plague mask, a Murphy membrane bust, or a corpus commendation plaque to honor their achievements. It has 2 branches, mortician and funeral director. I love that. Like, that is so cool. And then the next thing is honoring the dearly departed. So here we have a picture of a funeral. It looks like a kid is speaking and they have a little stool to stand on at the podium. I'm gonna start crying. That's so cool. In this picture, we can see different Sims like handling it different ways. One's pouring one out for somebody. He's kind of bowed his head. She's lighting a candle. He's crying. Mortality and the afterlife can now impact the way Sims interact with the world around them to help create unexpected and exciting stories. Experience the Ghost Historian aspiration, unlock horror novels, and receive the Ghost Whisperer reward trait. You can visit any lot with the Hallowed Grounds lot trait, and they have 3 new traits in-game: Macabre, Chased by Death, and Skeptic. Delve into the Thanatology skill. Thanatology is like the study of death, or experience Life and Death's new death type, Death by Murder of Crows, so the crow can't kill you. That's so cool. So it sounds like the elder Sim dying in bed. I wonder if that's just like a new animation type on the regular dying of old age, because they didn't mention that here. To prepare for their departure from the realm of the living, Sims can create a will at the town hall in Crow's Crossing, via the computer, or at the Family Day Festival. And through wills, Sims can assign their heirlooms to specific individuals, leave personal notes, set emotional reactions for loved ones reading the will, specify how they want their remains to be handled, make funeral planning requests, and designate other Sims to care for their pets or children. If the entire household passes away, Sims can choose to donate their simoleons to charity or another known household. Wills can be updated at any point in a Sim's lifetime, so it actually affects the gameplay. I'm picturing like if you have grandparents that live in the world, and if the grandparents both die, then you can say, give that money to my legacy sim, or like give the money to my brother or your friend or whatever. That's really cool. And it will actually pay the money. That's the kind of thing that I've like pretended to do in the past, where I'm like, oh, mom died, I'm gonna give my sim 5,000 simoleons. But I love the idea of it actually giving the money back to you for real. Losing someone is never easy, even for Sims. The Sims 4 Life and Death expansion pack now allows Sims to experience 4 grief types: denial, holding it together, anger, and blues. The grief type a sim receives is based off their traits and the relationship they have to the sim that passed away. Grief will have its own set of behaviors for Sims to navigate, and it normally takes hold after the mourning period has ended. So there's a mourning period and a grief period. And not just death causes grief. It sounds like multiple tough situations like divorce, losing your job, but also like pet death and family death and stuff can cause grief. Sims experiencing grief can reach out for help from other Sims for comfort. They can also attend grief counseling. Sims can console about death to other Sims or cope positively with grief by doing creative or productive activities while in the grieving process. When at a funeral, Sims can offer awkward sympathies or offer a sympathetic joke. So they're pointing out some new interactions that you can do. And once Sims pass away, funeral events can be planned and held. When planning a funeral, players can choose which Sims attend and who the deceased is, select a dress code and color for guests, and also pick from a variety of 14 different activities and choose the location and time. So it sounds like it's the same as Wedding Stories. It's just like the wedding planning, but it's a funeral plan instead. That's exactly how I had hoped they would do it, because I think it makes the most sense. I hope it works a little bit better than Wedding Stories does. So some of the activities include giving a lighthearted eulogy, lighting candles, planting something, or serving food. Each funeral is unique, and sometimes ghost Sims may even appear at their own funeral. You can also honor Sims by setting up memorial displays with a portrait of the deceased. You can select which urn or tombstone they want. You can decorate a gravesite, and you can also leave messages on a special memorial statue, and you can inter their urns in crypts. Oh, boo. The rest is just about the early purchase content. So that's all of the major features they've described there. I am so impressed by this. I'm not gonna lie. When I picture a death pack, this is exactly what I want. Plus, it has some kind of wacky, like, Sims things, like the Grim Reaper career, the new ghost woohoo types. There's still a lot of questions that I have because they obviously haven't fully explained how everything works. They've just kind of given us a massive feature list with this. But I'm seeing new death, new woohoos, new traits, new careers, new skills. They didn't even mention the tarot cards in this blog post. So that's the thing. There's gonna be more stuff that wasn't even listed here because this is kind of like an overview, but there's always little things that don't get brought up in these blog posts. So I'm really excited for the gameplay trailer. It's not on the website yet for some reason, but I assume that you can pre-order it in the EA app. Oh, you actually can't pre-order it yet. Interesting. Well, I probably wouldn't personally. If I could offer one piece of advice to you, I would probably wait until there's reviews out to spend money on it. We haven't really gotten an expansion pack that I have felt like was bad yet, but I just think that it's probably better to wait until you've seen like actual gameplay to spend $40. But obviously you do you, like, if you want to buy it now, buy it now. I'm the same as you. I would buy it now. But the rest of you, I just think it's probably good to wait for actual review content, which I will post as soon as I'm able to. So make sure you're subscribed to my YouTube channel so you don't miss out on that. The pack comes out on October 31st, and I'm usually able to start posting content at least a few days before that. And while you're at it, follow me on Twitch too, because I'll also be doing live streams with the pack. Not yet, obviously, but closer to release. My name's just lilsimsie on there. I think final thoughts are that I'm really, really pleasantly surprised by this. I think I thought I would like it, but I like this a lot more than I anticipated I would. It's just kind of weird, and I think I really like that it's kind of weird. I have so many questions, I've got so many theories, like this is gonna be really cool. Let me know what you're thinking so far in the comments down below. What was your favorite part of the trailer or the blog post? I can't stop thinking about the word grim turn. Like that did something to me. So what did you like best? What did you like least? Maybe? Let's discuss it. Thank you for watching. Have the best rest of your day, and I'm gonna catch you all tomorrow. Okay? Bye, everybody. Oh my goodness, I am so excited. This is so cool. I can't believe that I almost teared up twice. Like, that's kind of embarrassing.